Today we're going to talk about setting up your best trading day. Stay tuned, traders. We'll be right back. Good day, traders. I'm Stacey Burke, and today we're going to be talking about setting up your best trading day. What I mean by that is if you were to project your goals ahead 12 months or whatever, 18 months, 24 months, but if we were to set forward 12 months and say, I want to earn $1 million trading, or I want to earn an X amount of dollars trading, X amount of pips trading, whatever that is. Working backwards, what is it going to require for you to be doing on a daily basis to meet the weekly goals, a weekly basis to meet your monthly goals, and a monthly basis to meet your quarterly, halfway, and full year goals? And so what I want you to do is to write down the things that would define your best trading day. And I'm talking about all the activities that will require you to be prepared, not only emotionally, mentally, but also showing up at the charts prepared, knowing what you're going to be looking for, having your triggers already in place, your levels already in place, all the things that are required. I'm just going to run through sort of a brief overview of what I like to do. And we talk about this in the 7-step daily routine. The importance of breaking everything down into the simplest of daily habits is that those are the habits and routines that are going to actually generate the performance for you to keep getting better, but also to hit the goals and targets that are going to help you become the trader that you want to be. So what's your best trading day? I tend to wake up quite early. I'm in Perth, Western Australia, so I'm up anytime around 4:30. Usually right away, first thing I do is I always hydrate. I got, water, lemon, apple cider vinegar, some potassium, and sea salt. I'd mix up almost a liter. I drink that in about 10 minutes. Let that settle. That's a great way to hydrate the body. Your brain can be affected by as much as just 10% of dehydration, but it's important right away to hydrate your body. It helps cleanse the liver. It helps stimulate the gastrocolic reflex, but it gets your metabolism revved up. I like to have an espresso right away. As you know, if you've been following me long enough, you know that I'm out a lot with my dogs, either at the park, the beach, or somewhere. But I like to pop my iPod on. I'm always listening to stuff. I like to listen to other traders. There's some great podcasts, interviews with traders. I like to listen to mindset material. Just about prepping my headspace for the day, about supercharging myself for elite performance and getting my game face on. So again, even physical exercise is a fantastic way to prime the body and the mind. I do this every single day at the same time, pretty much the same time, but that's a fantastic way to stimulate the parts of the brain that will help you think clearer, more logically, but also release the feel-good chemicals, break the stress cycle, lowers cortisol and adrenaline levels in your body, and it just helps prepare you and calm you for the day, as well as keep you physically fit. I like to review my playbook, my vision statement, my goals, and my best trade setups. I tend to just skim through that fairly quickly. Depending on what day it is of the week, I may actually go right down to my accelerated learning in my journal and review trades and go through some sample trade setups. Or if we're I'm in Perth, Western Australia, so 6 a.m. right now in the North American winter is 5 p.m. New York time, and that's when the New York rollover is. For me, I'm an end-of-day trader, so when that rollover happens, first thing I do is I manually go through the charts. Now it takes me about 30 minutes or so to get my data that I run on a Metastack scan, so I've punched in some different types of scans that I look for some price action type setups that helps me if I miss anything manually. And then what I'll do is I'll go back through those charts. I like to go through a Monday to Friday cycle, so I'm looking for certain criteria to be met. If there are triggers, then I'll look to those charts specifically to see if they fit into my trade parameters. If so, I'll place orders into the market. Number one, the first thing I do is I predefine my risk. So I need to know two things. I need to know if there's an asymmetrical risk-reward opportunity in terms of the projected movement of that possible move, but I need to be able to predefine my risk and my position sizing. One of the biggest things that I love about end-of-day trading is that once I've placed my orders and managed any existing trades, I try to keep myself off the screen the rest of the entire day, other than doing other stuff not related to charts unless I'm reviewing or system testing. So if I'm managing any open positions, the first thing I'll look to do is I'll go to those first, possibly even before the rollover. Just if I'm going to exit a trade for whatever reasons manually, I like to do it just before the rollover so that I don't incur any swaps in that process. So then placing any orders for the new day, and again predefining risk, stops, position sizing, etc., and placing targets as well if that's part of your trading plan. So one of the things that I think is critical is that often if you're, as a retail trader especially, without targets in place, we may come back to the screen later to see our target having been hit, but then the market may actually be in a reversal pattern. So it's important that I have two things that I know. One is wherever my level is for me to move to break even, I'll set an alert so that if the market does penetrate a certain level, I know at that point I'll go to break even. Usually that's about one hour of movement. And also the profit target, because I know that sometimes they may touch those targets and reverse, and if it happens during the middle of the night or any other time, I want to know that I've locked that in if I have a target that I need to set. Afterwards, especially with any existing trades or new orders, I will place them into my journal. This is a big thing. These are the things that, in terms of accountability, if these are the steps that you need to be doing every single day, then you need to force yourself to be doing these every single day, no matter what. No matter what's happening in your life. And if it's too many markets that you're following and you don't have time, then limit it down to a certain few, but get in the daily process of executing your own perfect trading days routine in order to reinforce consistency and accountability for yourself. So then I'll review, make my notes, so I'll put my notes in for any existing trades that are in place. I want to know, okay, obviously I had an original premise for entering into that trade. What did the market do overnight? What happened? Has that trade done what it's supposed to do? What else happened? Did I learn anything? What could I have done better? What did I do well? Any little thing that's going to help you refine and learn from that trade. And then with the new trades, my notes in place as to why those trades fit my criteria. What I felt were the steps in play that I needed to execute to have that trade triggered, and then any notes that are relevant to that. The big thing is keeping stats and learning from these trades. So you want to keep some stats, even if it's just manually in 10 block samples, 20 block samples, 50 block samples, whatever you want to do. Keep stats on your win-loss ratio. Start to look at the different types of setups. If there's certain setups that are costing you mental capital and financial capital, maybe you should look at eliminating those. If they're not duplicating or being consistent for you, if you're having trouble getting the results that you want out of them, if you've got some trades that are your home run trades that you keep hitting and they seem to be very reliable, start focusing on those and maybe executing them and looking at how maybe you can trade them bigger and better. So again, learning from each trade. What did you do well? What could you have done better? How did the market play out? Was your interpretation of what was happening on the chart fairly accurate? Or, again, was it just an impulsive, irrational, emotional type of trade entry? So I'll tend to spend maybe an hour afterwards reviewing and testing and strategizing. So again, I'll go through and do some accelerated learning. Maybe we'll do 10 to 20 sample trades, and that's just for my own learning. I'll take random data samples and just run through bar by bar. And again, testing and strategizing. So oftentimes when I'm doing that, I'll come up with maybe a couple of other ideas. I always keep a little list of little things that I pick up from other traders, or reading videos, whatever it is, and then just look at maybe testing those in this off time when I'm not actually looking at trade setups on a live market. So again, I try to stay off of the charts afterwards. I've said this in many occasions. I've blown up several small accounts, and most of that damage was done day trading. That was for me, and that was with a higher percentage of winning trades. So again, I would have, say, 60% winning trades, maybe 55 to 60% winning trades. But I would blow up my account on 3 or 4 bad trades where I would get in, average it into a losing trade. I would move my stops. I would hold on to it too long until the pain point threshold where I was forced to close out the trade with a massive loss, wiping out all the profits that I'd already generated with being consistent and diligent. So one of the things for me with end-of-day trading, the great thing is I place my orders, I spread the risk over different trades, and then I'm off the screen. So I have eliminated the possibility of averaging into a losing trade, of moving my stop, of not putting a stop in at all. whatever those emotional impulsive errors are. And the whole point is I'm trying to eliminate the things out that I saw as potential damaging points for myself, but also longer term being able to grow my account, and irrelevant of day trading and volatility within the day. The end of day trading model allowed me to do that, that fit my parameters for how I wanted to trade. Afterwards, do whatever you want. Now I tend to spend other time doing the video, the blog, writing. Again, I do some other stuff where I'm trying to learn from other traders, learning from other coaches in terms of how I can just keep pushing my boundaries and keep accountable and be on that drive for constant progress. So if you haven't done so, go to my homepage for the 7-step daily routine for high performance traders. Keep focusing on your daily routine. Go through that, use it as a blueprint for your own. Write out what you need to be doing every single day to ensure that you're going to hit your goals, whether it's 30 days, at the end of each day, each week, each month, quarterly, halfway, and yearly goals. Because it's the little things that you need to be doing every single day that are going to help you get there. Hopefully you got some value from today's video, traders. Stay focused, stay disciplined, focus on your routine, and keep getting better. Have a great trading week, and may the markets go with you. Hi traders, it's Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. If you haven't done so, please head over to my website at staceyburketrading.com. I create updates on almost a daily basis, and I would love for you to receive them. Just click on the blog. If you want to enter your name and your email address, I'll send you my free audio program, the 7-Step Daily Routine for High Performance Traders. This is essential knowledge for all traders in all markets, and this is for helping traders to master the market with discipline, confidence, and a winning mindset. I appreciate all your feedback and comments. As always, traders, stay disciplined, and may the markets go with you.